Hello students, today in this video we are going to discuss about ambipolar transport. Ambipolar transport. What do you mean by ambipolar transport? So let us first discuss what is ambipolar transport. So we know the excess electrons and holes, they actually do not move independently of each other. Okay, they diffuse and drift with the same effective diffusion coefficient and with the same effective mobility. So we said these excess electrons and holes, they do not move independently. Okay, so this phenomenon is called ambipolar transport. So here we were going to derive this ambipolar transport equation, and we will see what is that effective diffusion coefficient and effective mobility, okay, for these electrons and holes with which actually they drift and they diffuse. As we said, they are not independent, if independent of each other, then what is that effective diffusion coefficient and what is that effective mobility, here we are going to see. Okay, so in this derivation, what we are going to do, we will start with the time dependent diffusion equation. So the time dependent diffusion equation we have discussed in the previous video. You can see in one of the videos we discussed what is time dependent diffusion equation. Now I'm going to use that time dependent diffusion equation here. Okay, so let me just rewrite the time dependent diffusion equation, dp, the diffusion coefficient here, and then we wrote del square here. I'm writing, I will explain you later here. Del square of delta n. Delta n is the excess carrier, okay, excess electron that is generated. Okay, so del x square minus mu p here, e del by del x of delta n plus p del e by del x plus g minus r is equal to del by del t of delta n. So from where I got this equation? Okay, so if I'll just rewrite the original equation that we derived, that we had derived in the previous video, if you'll see, so the for holes actually we derived a equation like this: dp del square p by del x square minus mu p e del p by del x plus p del e by del x plus gp minus p by tau pt, okay, is equal to del p by del t. So this was our equation, original, time dependent diffusion equation for hole. And the original time dependent diffusion equation for electron we derived as the same way. I am just writing it: del square n by del x square plus mu n e del n by del x plus n del e by del x plus gn, rate of generation, n by tau nt, rate of recombination, is equal to del n by del t. Okay, so now if you will substitute that, the rate of generation of excess carriers is equal to rate of generation of excess holes. Okay, so delta p is equal to delta n, right? So delta p is equal to delta n if I'll write. Okay, the second thing we said, that is del n by del x. Okay, so you can see there are terms here, del n by del x. So if I'll write del n by del x is nothing but del by del x of what? The total concentration. Total concentration will be what? Suppose whatever your concentration of electron earlier, and because of the external excitation, suppose you got delta n, which is the excess carriers that we got. So we can write that, so del by del x of n0, that is plus delta n, that we can write. So here you can see this n0 value is constant and delta n will only remain, so del by del x of delta n will exist. So we can write for del n by del x, we can write del by del x of delta n, right? Similarly, if I'll write del n by del t, suppose del n by del t I'll write, so that can be written as del by del t of the same way n0 plus delta n, the excess carrier. Okay, so that will also give us, del n0 by del t will be 0 because n0 value is constant. So you got del by del t of delta n will be there. So now here in these original equations you can substitute all these values. What do you mean by this? So del square by del square p by del x square, when it is there, we can just rewrite as del square by del x square of delta n. Okay, here, because you got delta p here, and again we wrote delta p is equal to delta n, so I can write that. Okay, similarly here minus mu p e del p by del x. So del p by del x is again what we got, del p by del x, we can write del by del x of, del p by del x. So suppose I will write del p by del x, this will give us what, del by del x of p0 plus delta p. So now what you got? Del P0 by del X is 0 because P0 is constant. So you got del by del X of delta P. But we said the rate of generation, they are occurring in pairs. So electron is equal to the excess holes. So this can be written as del by del X of delta N. No problem. We can write this way. So here we just substituted, here del P by del X, you can see here written as del by del X of delta N. Then P del E by del X, if there is a concentration gradient, then definitely electric field will be induced, and we have already discussed the induced electric field, which is actually a function of x, and here you will see the term del E by del X will be there as it is. And then again you can see GP here, as we said, the rate of generation is occurring in pair. GP must be equal to GN. Let us take is to be constant. So some G value here. So I took this to be G. Same way, the rate of recombination, I just wrote it as R. What do you mean by that? Rate of recombination of electron is equal to N by tau NT, okay, which is equal to the rate of recombination of hole, and that is P by tau pt or nt, whatever you can write, they are the same, assuming they are to be same, right? So tau pt, which we consider to be r, so I wrote only r for that, right? So this way we can rewrite the equation. So I'm just writing it, for the excess electron and excess holes. So the time dependent diffusion equations I'm going to write for the excess carrier electrons and excess carrier holes. Okay, so what we will write, let us rewrite the equations once again. Can be written as dp, okay, del square of delta n by del x square minus mu p e del by del x of delta n plus p del e by del x plus g minus r is equal to del by del t of delta n, right? So one equation, this is the excess, this is the time dependent diffusion equation. For excess holes we wrote, you can see the diffusion coefficient for holes and the mobility of holes is considered, so this is written for the holes, right? Similarly for electrons we can rewrite dn and del square of delta n, considering delta n is equal to delta p. So you can see in both the equations you saw the variable delta n. Okay, so plus mu n here, and then we have e del by del x of delta n, right? And plus n, and then we have del e by del x plus g minus r as it is, and then this is del by del t of delta n, right? So this is our time dependent diffusion equation for excess electrons. You can see here the variable delta n is equal to delta p here, so we wrote the time dependent diffusion for equation for electrons and for holes. So this dn diffusion coefficient for electron, mu n mobility of electron, dp diffusion coefficient of hole, and mu p the mobility of holes. Once this is done, we wrote the time dependent diffusion equations for excess electrons and holes. Okay, then we need to just solve it mathematically. So what we are going to do is multiply the first equation, okay, the first equation written over here, by mu n times n, okay, and the second equation by mu p P, okay, and add these two, okay, and add these two equations. So what I did, I said multiply mu n with the first equation here, okay, and multiply the second equation by mu p, and then add them, okay. So if we do this process, finally we can write it as mu n dp plus mu p dn, okay, this, and then we have del square by del x square of delta n, the second order partial differentiation of delta n, plus mu n mu p, okay, p minus n e, first order del by del x of delta n, okay, plus mu n plus mu p, okay, and in both the cases you got this g minus r is there. So take this, and then that is equated to mu n plus mu p, okay, and both the terms will have this del by del t of delta n. So that will be there, del by del t of delta n, right? So this is what we got. Just multiplied mu n here in this term here, okay, here also, and in this term also, and in this term also. Similarly mu pp in all these terms, and then we added and took whatever can be taken as common, right? So once this is done, what we need to do is divide both the sides, okay, divide both the sides by mu n plus mu p, this value mu n plus mu p, okay, dividing both the sides with this mu n plus mu p. What will happen, we will just further simplify it. So let us just simplify it by dividing both the sides by mu n plus mu p. Okay, so it can be written as mu n dp, the first term was this mu p dn. We divided this first term with mu n plus mu p, okay. Then you have, these are the coefficients of what, del square by del x square of delta n, the second order, plus the second terminology, the second term was mu n mu p and p minus n e, right? Then divide this whole thing again with mu n plus mu p, and then the first order del by del x of delta n, right? Okay, and then plus, it was already there in mu n plus mu pp, so it will only be g minus r. The third terminology, if we divide, it will remain this as g minus r is equal to, again the equator term is also will be this delta n, del by del t of delta n. Right now you see this exactly represents what it exactly represents. It seems like a combined time dependent diffusion equation, combined time dependent diffusion equation. If you see this whole thing as coefficient is multiplied with the second order. Here you can see del square by del x square of the excess carrier. Then the second term, if you'll see, this represents just like a mobility term. The first one was the diffusion term, right? Term for the diffusion. Second one was the effective mobility term, right? And then your rate of generation is there, okay, which is the third, and the fourth one is the rate of recombination, which is there. So that is equal to del by del t of delta n. This whole equation actually represents what? It represents effective, okay, what time dependent diffusion equations, considering both the electrons and holes, considering both the electron and hole mobility, and electron and hole diffusion coefficient, right? So now if I will write it, this actually represents to what? The effective, or ambipolar we will say, effective diffusion coefficient, d prime I will write, and this particular term I will write as as mu prime. It is as if the effective mobility or ambipolar mobility, right? So now if you'll write this d dash is actually what I can write it for mu n dp plus mu p whatever you can see in the as the coefficient of del square by del x square of delta n dn. Okay, dn divided by this mu n plus mu p, right? Similarly, mu dash can be written as mu n mu p and p minus n e divided by mu n plus mu p, right? So here, so what we said, this one we call as bipolar diffusion coefficient, and this one we will call as bipolar mobility. Okay, or else you can call it as effective diffusion coefficient and effective mobility. Now if you will see, the effective diffusion coefficient is not independent of mobility. Diffusion coefficient is not independent of mobility, you can see. So you got this diffusion coefficient, but it depends upon what you can see, the mobility here, mobility of electron, and diffusion coefficient of hole, mobility of hole, and diffusion coefficient of electron, right? Similarly here, if you will see in the other one, the mobility, effective mobility depends on both electron mobility and hole mobility, right? So these two, this equation, this particular equation we wrote here, okay, this one, okay, is known as the ambipolar transport equation. So what do we call it? We will call it as ambipolar transport equation. Ambipolar transport equation. So ambipolar transport equation. So what this ambipolar transport equation gives us? This ambipolar transport equation gives us the time dependent diffusion equation for the excess carriers, actually excess carriers, and it demonstrates, it shows that the excess electrons and holes, they do not move independently of each other. Okay, so they diffuse and they drift, okay, with the same effective diffusion coefficient and with the same effective mobility, okay, which we said as ambipolar transport. Okay, ambipolar transport, and the equation mathematically can be written this way.